I used to believe weddings were about love, about two people choosing each other despite the noise of the world. I believed that because I had built my entire dream around it, every small detail, the venue by the sea, the white flowers, the quiet sunset. It all lived in my heart long before it ever lived on paper. My name is Areeba, and I was engaged to the man I loved for 4 years. The venue had been booked for months, a peaceful resort near the coastline, far from relatives, far from drama. I wanted a small wedding, not because I was shy, but because I was tired. Tired of explaining myself, tired of being the adjusting daughter. When I told my parents about the venue, my mother went silent. That silence, the one that comes before emotional blackmail, I recognized it instantly. 2 days later, my father called me into the living room. "Your cousin Hina's wedding date is close," he said, not looking at me. "She's struggling to find a good venue." I already knew what was coming. "You should share your venue," my mother added softly. "It's big enough." I laughed at first. I thought it was a joke. But no one laughed back. "You mean the same day?" I asked. "Same week," my father corrected. "What difference does it make?" What difference does it make? I wanted to scream. They didn't ask if I wanted to share, they told me. They framed it as sacrifice, as family honor, as my duty. "You're more understanding," my mother said. "Hina is sensitive," my aunt added later on the phone. "You're modern, you won't mind," everyone decided. No one asked what I felt. That night, I sat on my bed staring at the invitation drafts. My fiancé called, and I tried to sound normal, but my voice cracked. "I want me to share the venue," I whispered. There was a pause on the line. "That's not okay," he said gently. For the first time, someone said it out loud. But the pressure didn't stop. It increased. Relatives called. Emotional speeches followed. "You'll get more blessings. Don't be selfish. A girl's respect is in sacrifice." And slowly, quietly, I realized something terrifying. This wedding was never about me. The house turned cold after that conversation. My mother stopped talking to me properly. My father avoided eye contact. At dinner, silence replaced warmth. It was punishment, the kind that doesn't leave bruises but breaks your spine. Hina visited one afternoon. She smiled too much. "I hope you don't mind," she said casually, sipping tea. "It'll be fun. 2 brides, same place." I looked at her hands, decorated with fresh mehndi, and felt invisible. "Did you even ask me?" I finally said. She tilted her head. "Why would you say no?" That question destroyed something inside me. I started having nightmares. In them, I was standing at the venue, watching another bride walk down the aisle while my name disappeared from the banners. My fiancé tried to support me, but I could hear the worry in his voice. "Are you sure you're okay?" he asked one night. "I don't know anymore," I replied. That was the truth. One evening, my mother came into my room and sat beside me. "You're making this difficult," she said. I waited for comfort. I waited for understanding. "You should be grateful," she continued. "Many girls don't even get this." Something snapped. "This is my wedding," I said slowly. "Why does no one care?" She stood up. "Because family comes first." That sentence echoed in my head all night. Family comes first. But where did I come? I looked at myself in the mirror, dark circles under my eyes, shoulders heavy with expectations. I realized I was disappearing. And then an idea came to me. Not suddenly, but quietly, like a door opening in a burning house. What if I didn't fight them? What if I walked away? I didn't announce my decision. I planned it. While everyone was busy finalizing shared schedules and joint decorations, I was quietly canceling fittings, returning gifts, closing tabs. My fiancé was the only one who knew. "You don't have to do this alone," he said. "I need to do this for myself," I replied. One night, after another family argument, I locked my door and booked a ticket. Maldives. One way. My hands were shaking, but my heart was calm for the first time in weeks. The morning I left, I didn't say goodbye to anyone. I left a letter on the dining table. "I am not selfish. I am choosing myself. I deserve a wedding or a life that doesn't require me to disappear." At the airport, I cried, not because I was weak, but because I was finally free. The ocean welcomed me with silence. No demands, no guilt. I wore simple dresses, walked barefoot on sand, watched sunsets without explaining myself to anyone. My phone exploded with messages. Anger, confusion, accusations. "How could you do this? You embarrassed us. You ruined everything." But for the first time, those words didn't control me. I slept peacefully. Days passed, and slowly I began to breathe. I spoke to strangers who knew nothing about my family. I laughed without fear of judgment. I ate alone and felt complete. One evening, sitting by the water, I realized something painful yet beautiful. I wasn't running away. I was returning to myself. My fiancé joined me a week later, not as a rescuer, but as a partner. "We'll start fresh," he said. Back home, the wedding had happened. Shared venue, shared spotlight, shared chaos. But I didn't feel jealous. I felt relief. I extended my stay, then returned, not to apologize, but to set boundaries. My parents were distant, hurt, silent, but I was no longer afraid of their disappointment, because I had learned the cost of obedience. Months later, we married quietly. No drama, no compromises, just love. People still talk, they always will, but I tell this story for every woman who was told that sacrifice is her only virtue. Sometimes choosing yourself looks like betrayal to others, but it is survival. If you are listening to this and feeling unseen, remember this: you are not difficult. You are not selfish. You are not wrong. You are just tired of disappearing, and that is reason enough to leave. If this story touched you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs courage today. Your story matters. Your voice matters, and choosing yourself is not a crime.